News begins with breaking news.
A search is happening right now for more women who may have been victimized by this man, a former college basketball star who police say used his job as a driver for Uber and Lyft to prey on young women. Charges were filed against Jeremy Vague just hours ago.
And we have team coverage of this still breaking story. 10 News reporter Jessica Chen is live in Escondido, where Vague was a high school coach. But we begin with 10 News reporter Robert Santos. And Robert, police say that Vague tried to lure one of his victims right there at Palomar College.
Yes, they did. There were 3 incidents in all that police know of, and all involved 18 to 19-year-old girls. Now, first on September 6th, right here on Palomar College campus, police say he tried to lure a student, but she refused to get in his car. She notified campus police, officers investigated, and they found out he was inappropriately soliciting rides on campus, as they say, and told him not to come back. Then about a week later, a second student requested an Uber ride on campus, but then met the driver off campus. Police say it was Vague who was driving. They say instead of taking her to her home in Escondido, Vague, who is 7 feet tall, turned off his Uber app and then took her somewhere else and sexually assaulted her. Now, this is the van that he was driving, a blue Chrysler Town and Country minivan. Police impounded it a few days ago for evidence. We spoke to some students here on campus who had no idea about the incidents.
Well, I actually have taken Uber and Lyft before, so it's kind of crazy. I'm glad he's in jail or wherever he's at. We should warn this school then, because that's kind of scary.
A university spokeswoman says the college did not notify students because in the first incident when Vague tried to lure a student into his car on campus, Vague didn't actually commit a crime, but she says the college will send out an email alerting students today. Now, as for the third incident, it happened in Escondido. Police say Vague was dropping off another teenage girl. Soon after, they say he inappropriately touched her and her friend who was waiting for her. Live here in San Marcos, Robert Santos, 10 News.
Uber issued a statement saying there is no excuse for the violent acts described and reported to police. We are working with law enforcement officials to fully support their investigation, and the driver has been banned from accessing the Uber app. Lyft also sent out a statement saying that we have a strict zero-tolerance policy for any type of violent behavior, abuse, or harassment. We have permanently deactivated the driver's access to the platform.
The accused driver was also a part-time coach at Calvin Christian High School in Escondido.
And that's where we find 10 News reporter Jessica Chen. Jessica, the superintendent told you that Jeremy Vague coached girls varsity basketball.
Yeah, that's right. And he coached that team for 4 years, working very closely with the girls at this school. Now, the superintendent handed out this statement to me saying Jeremy Vague will no longer be working at this school. Now, the superintendent says Vague worked part-time and was employed with the school for 5 years. He's coached the girls varsity basketball team for 4 years and coached the boys junior varsity team for 1 year. The school says this is the only job Vague had at Calvin Christian School, and it was only during the winter season. Vague was also an avid athlete himself. According to the Utah Statesman, he played basketball and football at San Marcos High School. Now, I asked Calvin Christian School if they've ever encountered any problem with Vague or if they did a thorough background check on him. They told me they did, but wouldn't comment any further. In Escondido, Jessica Chen, 10 News.
And Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin is working to get details on how a man with a criminal past was able to get past Uber and Lyft's background checks. He's finishing up with his investigation for 10 News at 6. And 10 News viewers can stay on top of this still developing story by downloading our free mobile app to get real-time news on your smartphone or tablet. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.